Recording in progress.
Good morning, sir. Will you give us your name and number for the record, please?
Adam Willis, 165-104.
Okay, Mr. Willis, my name is Mr. James. My colleagues that you see on the screen there with me are Mr. Deglow and Ms. Lathan. And the three of us will be conducting your parole eligibility hearing today.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, you've been before parole board before because I remember seeing you, and I think Mr. Deglow remembers you too.
Yes, sir.
So you have a pretty good idea of how the proceedings are going to flow.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So I'm going to start out by reading your record card, sir.
All right.
If there's anything on this not correct, we can't correct it, but we'll point you in the right direction to get it fixed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, you are Adam Willis. Your number is 165104. You're medium custody there at Eastern Kentucky Correctional Complex. You're 43 years of age. Sir, you're currently assigned to MRT Untangled Relationships, and you're serving a 30-year sentence for sexual abuse first, violent crime, sex crime, 2 counts, and unlawful transaction with a minor first, Schedule 3 controlled substance under the age of 16. Looks like you served 7 years and 8 months. You have 14 years and 9 months remaining on your sentence. You have a loss of 150 days of restorable good time. And you do not have any detainers. Does that sound pretty accurate to you, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Willis, let's start off with your crime story. What's the name? What was your victim's name?
Monica
You have a last name?
Fulton.
What is it?
Fulton. Fulton, I think. I'm not the best speller in the world, but.
Okay, Monica Fulton, okay.
Yes, sir.
All righty. So during April the 1st of 2014 through June the 1st of 2014, Ohio County. Tell us what happened, man. What you do?
Yes,
All
sir.
3 encounters.
Yes, sir. I was me and the girlfriend that I was living with at the time had started having problems. I started going to a friend's house or acquaintance. I shouldn't say friend because he's not my friend if he's trying to get me high. Acquaintance that I started buying drugs from. At this house, this girl was there. She was getting high at the table with us. I went to leave. I've been going there for a couple months, and I'd seen her a few times and stuff as I was buying drugs and getting high at the table and stuff. Well, as I went to leave one day, she was like, "Hey, you care to run me to the store?" And I said, "No, I don't care." So she gets up, she leaves with me. I go to the store, buy. I said, "What do you need?" She was like, "Well, I need some cigarettes." So the gentleman I am, or was at the time, I thought, I went and bought some cigarettes for her and me. On the way back, she asked me, she said, "Hey, you want to stop and mess around?" Not knowing that the girl was underage, which is not no excuse. I know it's not an excuse, sir, and I'm not saying it is. So me and her, we had oral sex that time. It pretty much went somewhere around the same lines all 3 times. I mean, there's like once I went there and bought some drugs, seen her. She said, "Hey, you want to take a ride?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So we went and had oral sex on 3 different occasions.
Neither one of those times were sexual intercourse.
No, I never had sexual intercourse with that girl ever.
And you sticking with the statement that you didn't know she was 15, under 15 and under?
No, I did not, sir. I did not at the time, because she was sitting right at the table getting high with me and 4 or 5 other people. And I know it's not an excuse, and I'm not saying it is, and I accept all responsibility, sir. I'm definitely not trying to make excuses or none of that.
Okay, so I'm just reading this, and it says deviant sexual intercourse. So I know oral sex and intercourse are not the same thing.
Yeah, it should say oral sex. I've got paperwork in my room if I need to get that corrected, because it shouldn't say intercourse.
That's what the crime story says. That's what we have for us to look at. Said on 3 different occasions.
That's why it's sex abuse and not rape, sir.
Mhm. Did you do anything else with her? There's some commentary about some texting that was going on.
Yeah, I mean, I was texting the girl and stuff. I mean, after I met with her the first time, me and her exchanged numbers. I texted her, was talking to her, you know, just as like pretty much starting a relationship. I mean, and talked to her for a few months.
Mhm. Okay, all right, Mr. Willis. I do not have any more questions about your crime story. I'm gonna move on.
I'm sorry that it says intercourse, sir, but that is not, you know, that's not true in that paperwork. And I will, and like you said, if you can help me get it direct towards whoever I need to have that fixed, because I would like to have that fixed.
I'm looking at your criminal history now, just so you know.
Okay.
Looks like a lot of misdemeanors for theft and a lot of traffic stuff there. And you got a felony for criminal trespass first. Oh, that's a misdemeanor. More misdemeanors. One endangerment. Disorderly conduct. Dismissed. Looks like you were doing some manufacturing back in 2007.
Yes, sir. I got one in 2001 and 2007, sir.
Now this is 2015. It got dismissed, but maybe you could talk about it a little bit. Sodomy third, 6 counts. What was that all about?
That's the case I'm on now, sir. That's
Okay.
sodomy is anything other than vaginal.
Okay.
And that's why I said that I have 3 counts of oral sex. That's where that stems from.
And then the drug charge. What kind of drugs did you give her?
Methamphetamine, sir.
Okay. That's pretty much it for your criminal history. It's looks like drug use and some misdemeanors.
Sir.
I've seen worse. So, okay. So you got the first 6 months. What did the panel tell you to do?
Keep clear conduct, sir.
Did you do that?
No, sir.
Okay. So let's talk about it. You got this is promoting dangerous contraband. So talk to us about it, man.
I got 6 months life at KSR. I came here. I got hanging around with the wrong crowd. Started using Suboxone, and for the price that you pay for it here, I started using a syringe, homemade prison syringe, and started getting high. I went to the hole. I will have you know that ever since I've been out of the hole, I've been clean and sober. I've been robbed since I've been here. I've been beaten up since I've been here. I'm currently in untangled relationships, and I've learned that a lot of my relationships in the past have contributed to my use, because I didn't live up to what I was thinking that they wanted me to live up to. But back to the dangerous contraband, sir. I went to the hole. I've got out of the hole. I've got my shit together.
Watch,
Excuse
but
my
before, yeah, I was going to tell you, watch your language.
I'm sorry, sir, but you know, I'm just trying to explain. I have a drug problem, and I realize that. And this place here doesn't help a person that has a drug problem. It's around you every day, and you have people that offer you to you every day. And I know a person has to have enough willpower to say no. But when a person's a drug addict, it's hard for a person to say no sometimes, especially whenever I'm trying to do everything I can to get home to my dad and my daughter. And I understand that getting high and doing what I've done was not trying to do everything I can do to get home to my family. Today, I'm asking you to please give me that chance, even if it's to go to River Valley, which is where my daughter has called to Janet Messer. And I've also talked to her too. I've called from here and talked to her, and she's going to deal with my aftercare for my sex offender treatment program. And she's also setting me up with a SSC from River Valley for my drug counseling. So, and
well, that was the intention of the parole board panel when we deferred you the last time, was just to give you an opportunity.
Yes, sir.
To show us that you could, you know, abstain and you know, not have any more disciplinary. It was a 6-month period.
And sir, may I say something? I know it's probably the wrong thing to say, but I'm going to say it anyway because I've always been honest with y'all. I juggled for the last 2 days whether to come up here and lie to y'all about the rig or not. I swear I was on the syringe, sir. I swear I did. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sit here and be honest and take my lead like a man and tell you, I'm begging you, please just give me a chance to go to the street and do an outpatient or inpatient program out there somewhere. Please, I'm begging you.
You've already done an outpatient program already, right?
I done the SAT program at KSR.
Yeah, it was outpatient, right?
I mean, it's still in prison, but yes, it was an outpatient.
So what would be different? I mean, what would be different the program wise, being doing it on the outside and inside? You've already done it. To do it again on the outside would be the same information.
I'm just gonna, from my perspective, I'm gonna say that out there it seems like they care more about you, will help you more. Plus, it's if I do an inpatient program, I would be there for at least 6 months, and I would have to work through phases to get to be able to see my family, to be able to go home to my family and see them. And they would also help me get the job, would also help me find a place to live, which I can go to my dad's. But again, I want to do stuff on my own this time. I don't want to have to rely on somebody else. That's why I'm asking you, please give me a chance to go to a rehab outside in the real world and try and prove a point.
Okay. How long was it before we saw the board at the time you had the disciplinary?
2.5 months. Yeah, October 27th.
So what you're telling us, this panel, is everything that you learned in SAT, everything that you learned, you didn't feel like you could apply it, or you just didn't have.
I got down on myself. I saw y'all, and I really, when I saw y'all the last time, I really thought I was going home. And I got down on myself. I got depressed. And I know it's not no excuse, but I'm just being honest with you, and I'm being real with you. I got down on myself because it feels like I'm never getting out here, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the honest truth.
Do you think maybe your mental health is contributing to your failure to be successful?
Can I want to elaborate on that too, please. I was taking Celexa, and it really wasn't helping all that much. So about 2 months ago, I started taking lithium, and I felt better. Tell you the truth, I don't really have no urges to use drugs at all, and my mental health is a lot better. And yes, it probably has.
Now, is that medication for your bipolar?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's for my bipolar and somewhat of my mild depression.
Okay. So, yeah, we do parole you, sir. What is your plan?
My plan is if you all send me to Annapolis, I got two things. Is if y'all do send me to an inpatient treatment program, it's the Penn treatment program, and try to get signed up for school, go to a welding college or whatever, technical, whatever I have to go to get my welding certificate, because I want to get my welding certificate. There's a place called Dynamic Fabrication, which is like 8 miles from my dad's, that said he would give me a job and help me pay for my schooling after I complete the program. Or if I don't complete the program, if y'all give me straight parole, I'll go to my dad's, go to Janet Messer, do whatever she tells me to do, and whatever the counselor she sets me up with, do whatever they tell me to do. And River Valley is also with mental health, and they will help me with whatever on my mental health. Do whatever classes I have to. Stay away from the victim, which is unspoken, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Live with my dad and help my dad on the farm when I'm not working for the Dynamic Fabrication. Spend time with my daughter, which she's 24 years old, or she's fixing to be 24 March 14th. And just live life, be clean and sober, work, do whatever my parole officer tells me to do, and always be honest with everybody.
Well, I want to be honest with you, Mr. Willis. Drugs have been a hindrance for you.
Yes,
You've been
sir.
locked up since 2018.
Yes, sir.
And I heard you when you said you felt down the last time you saw the board. But we felt like we were doing the best decision we could make for your success when we told you to maintain that clear conduct, and knowing that you had already had the SAP done, we thought you'd be successful with that, and you just, I guess, for some reason, you just, everybody says there's a lot of drugs in penitentiary. That's true, but there's a lot of drugs out here too. So no matter where you go, there's drugs.
I understand that,
They're
sir.
all over. They're in the workplace, everywhere. So you can make a decision. You could be, lured in any situation to go back to using drugs. The thing is, in your mind, have you resolved in your mind that you want to stop, and are you serious about it? That's the big one.
And that's why I said something about the counseling through River Valley. Like I said, they also have mental health, and they also have a drug program that I am familiar with. And I'm begging for a chance today, man.
Yeah.
That's all I'm just begging for a chance.
So what we can recommend you for SAP, we don't get to pick what type of SAP you take. You take. That's up to the inmate professionals. They do that. So we can't get a specific, now we could parole you with a sub-eval, we could, parole you upon completion, those things like that, but we don't get to choose the type of SAP program that you're going to be in.
I know if y'all give me parole on completion of SAP, I know that they've supposedly, I don't know know, I've not seen law, but people have told me about it, that if y'all give me program completion as of July 1st or 18th of last year, that they would let us go to the street and do an outpatient or do a inpatient program, which is like art or somewhere like that.
Okay, I haven't heard that. So
Like I said, I haven't seen it black and white. I'm just going by what one of the legal agents told me.
Mhm. Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Willis. That's all the questions I have for you. Let me see if my colleagues have any questions for you. Mr. Deglow?
Well, Mr. Willis, I was on that last board with Mr. James, I believe, as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
And I
sir.
can remember your case. I remember exactly what we asked you to do, and we did it because you had trouble following the rules previously. And what is of concern, and looking back at this, you've got a drug-related issue, then you have a sexual abuse-related issue as well, which is very concerning. When you cross those dynamics, they're very, very concerning. And then you have the opportunity. We said, just do 6 months, man. And we asked you nicely, and I don't think we got to the level of begging you, but it was like, hey, we want to release you. That's what we were saying to you. We want to release you. Can you give us 6 months to show that you can follow the rules? That's what we were. I hope you took it that way. I hope it was like, take these 6 months, and then when you come back, you'll look better as a candidate. And next board, we're going to look at you favorably. We hope. And that was the whole intent, Mr. Adams or Mr. Willis. If I can assure you, Mr. Willis, if you were here before me today and you have zero write-ups, nothing, I'd be like, "Atta-way, man, you did this. I'm so proud of you. You go out and conquer the world now." I still think you can conquer the world, but there's some proof here in the pudding that has to be made. I did look into. Hold on one second, if you don't mind. I did look at one thing, and it shows that did you apply for stay and quit, or what's going on with that? I see that it says that you were.
I was in the program, and got kicked out because I went to the hole.
Because of the Suboxone,
Yes,
right?
sir.
All right.
And sir, I'm going to say that I'm very sorry for that.
Hey, Mr. Willis, it's not personal. It might be from your vantage point, looking at me going that same.
It is, man. It is for real.
That's not what it is. I want you to get out here with full ability to stay out of trouble. So the first 2 weeks or whatever, you're not back shooting up again and harassing yourself and others, and the potential to make really dangerous decisions like you did with that young girl. That young girl was 14 years old. At the time, you were probably 37-ish.
31.
Was it 31? It's been 11, 12 years?
Yes, sir. And I'm not trying to tick for tat. I mean, she was 15, but I mean, it don't matter. It's still a bad situation.
No, yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I just, maybe my math, sometimes I struggle. So I want to make sure I'm looking at
like 30, maybe 32 at the most, but it was just, it's a bad situation, man. I'm begging for a chance, man.
So that was 10 years ago. You'd been 30. It was April.
No, it happened in 14. So that was 11 years ago.
11. So, yeah, regardless, you're correct. Either way, you're 32 years old. You know this girl is on the cusp. Even if you don't know she's 14, you know she's pretty close. I mean, I'm not arguing.
No, like I said, I'm not trying to you know, she told me she was 19. I told her to run with it. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry.
Dude,
I'm begging for a chance, man.
I appreciate that. If I was in your shoes, I probably would be doing absolutely the same. But it'd be me kicking my own butt. I think.
Believe me, sir. And like I told him, man, I juggled for 2 days to come up here and lie to y'all or not, man. And I did.
I appreciate you not, because we would not have believed you, because it's in black and white. We would have read the reports and it would have showed absolutely different, and that would not have helped you. That would help you even less. We got issues we need to address, and we ask you to address them, and it's of concern. I think you can do well. I really do. I think you could get out here and show greatness.
I just want a chance, man. Please.
Well, I think to be honest with you, I think you've been given the chance previously. I think, if I'm not mistaken, let me double check what I'm looking at.
Not on this case, sir. I've not had no chance. But in the past, I have, and I don't have a good track record. I will agree.
It was almost like a 6-month period of probation that we put you on when we saw you last time. He was like, all right, man, show us, prove to us, do the man thing. You can do these things. And probably, I would bet you we were like, man, good luck to you on the way out. Because I think that's
You was, and I appreciate that, and it
I
means a
think we
lot to
are
me.
genuinely trying to get you. But I'm not gonna beat you up, man. It is what it is. And I think you can continue to try to do better. And hopefully you will. And I
will.
don't have any further things of you, okay? Miss Lathan, ma'am.
Thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
I wasn't on the last board, so I have additional concerns. First of all, Mr. James was talking to you about the victim, and you did kind of clarify it a little bit when you were just talking to Mr. Deglow, but at first, you were indicating that you didn't know how old this girl was at all. And that after you all had this first encounter, you had exchanged numbers and had a conversation. And I just find it extremely difficult to believe that you all never discussed age and that you did not even if she told you she was 19, you couldn't tell that she was younger than that.
Oh, man, I couldn't. I swear I couldn't. She was sitting
So,
there at the
well,
table.
okay, that's fine. That's fine. But you said some other things in your conversations that I found very disturbing. She wanted cigarettes, and you being the gentleman that you are, you just went and got this girl some cigarettes, and then you let her perform oral sex on you. I mean, come on, Mr. Willis.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Well, you don't have to apologize to me, but your comments are very disturbing. And I just wanted to clarify, because this happened on more than one occasion, how disturbing it is. Then when I look at your prior arrest record, you have unlawful transaction with a minor. What type of charge was that?
I was not 18, and the boy was 17 years old, and we was cooking dope together.
Oh, okay. You have a couple of assault charges. What were those about?
I got in a fight with somebody, and I mean, it was just a regular fight, and then I got into I was drunk one night, and me and my girlfriend got into it, and
Domestic.
yes, ma'am.
When you were under the influence.
Yes, ma'am. I was 19 or 20 at the time.
Yeah. You got to get this drug problem you got to get it under control, because you know what? It increases your risk of reoffending as a sex offender.
Yes, ma'am. And that's my number one goal, is to work on that.
Anything else? I'm just really disturbed about the information that is in front of me today. Your disciplinaries, as they have previously stated, are an indicator that you struggle with following directions. And this drug addiction is a lot more serious than you're giving it credit for. So I just wanted to have a little conversation with you about these things, and I don't have anything else either. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. James.
Sorry, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Lathan. Okay, Mr. Willis, that will conclude the interview portion of your hearing. But before we break and go to our deliberation room, is there anything you'd like to share with the parole board panel?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I'm sorry for what I've done. I know it don't fix nothing. It don't help her in any way. I hope that she's gotten help for what it's caused her. I'm asking for a chance to go out there, get some treatment and help me with my drug addiction that I very need to work on. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, I'm not the best with words. I wished I was. I give up, man. I'm just begging for a chance.
Okay, Mr. Willis, remain seated, and we're gonna go to our deliberation room, and we'll be back with you momentarily.
Recording stopped.
165104. Mr. Willis, can you still see and hear us?
I can see you. I cannot see the others. You're the
Is
only one I
there-
can see, Mr. James.
Is there someone in the room with you now?
Yeah, just you, that's it.
No, I'm talking about in the room with you there. Someone in the room with you there?
It's just me.
Can you?
So when someone else speaks, can you see the other person and not see Mr. James? Like, can you see me now?
Yes, I can see you, man.
Okay.
Okay, so the computer is set on speaker view. Okay.
Do I need to go get the lady?
No,
No, you're
okay.
fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, Mr. Willis, after reviewing your file and more importantly, after I interview with you,
Yes, sir.
due to the seriousness of your crime, sir,
Yeah.
your prior felony convictions, your prior misdemeanor convictions, violence involved in your crime, your poor institutional, your history of drugs and alcohol, your history of assaultive behavior, your history of violating parole and shot. It will be the decision of this parole board to defer you again, sir.
Yes, sir.
Doing your deferment, sir, the board recommends that you follow any and all Kentucky Department of Corrections recommendations. And more specifically, we want you to complete the MRT Untangling Relationships that you're in right now.
Yes, sir.
We also want you to enroll and complete the MRT Stay and Quit.
Yes, sir.
And then lastly, other special condition, we want you to maintain clear conduct.
Yes, sir.
Now, sir, you know, we're seeing you on a Class B felony. We could zap you for 60 months, no problem.
No, I already know.
Okay? So your deferment, sir, is gonna be for 9 months. This time, get it done.
Okay.
You need to get this done.
Okay.
Okay? No disciplinaries, programming done, so you can be seen in a more favorable light when you come before the parole board panel again.
Yes, sir.
All right? Good luck to you, Mr. Willis.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Willis,
Yes,
when
ma'am.
you come back before the next board, you said on a couple of occasions, I'm begging you, begging you. You don't have to beg for parole. Parole is a privilege that you earn. So when
Yes,
you
ma'am.
come back, you don't have to beg for it, but you do have to earn it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir. Thank
All
you.
right, good luck, sir.
Yes, sir.
Recording stopped.